Hey everybody, welcome back to Beth Unboxes. Did you ever wonder why we pay for samples? I did. Let's find out why. If you guys have been watching my channel for very long, you know I've been on a bit of a rant on Beauty Fix for the videos that I've done for them so far. After the last one, it started dawning on me, why are we paying for samples? So I went on a little journey. My project this weekend was to go to the mall, go to the department stores, go to Sephora, go to places that sell skincare, makeup, and find out, can I get the same kind of samples from the stores as I get from the subscription boxes that are giving us samples that we're paying for. So I went to Macy's first. I went to the mall. Our mall has Macy's, Dillard's, JCPenney's, and Sephora. So I first went into Macy's and I went up to the counter and talked to the lady at the counter, and she was really helpful. I told her what I was working on, that I had a project for my channel just to see what's available to anybody going into a store versus what we're paying for with the subscription boxes. She did say that the counters for Macy's, the different brands, did used to have more samples before COVID. They had, of course, during the whole pandemic, had to take down all their samples, had to take everything off the counters. But she said the manufacturers didn't really pick back up on sending them a lot of samples. They do get a lot during the holidays, but outside of that, they don't get a lot. That's why at Macy's I didn't get any samples. They do have fragrance samples at the perfume counters, but even those had still been picked over since the Christmas holidays. So there wasn't anything there, but there was a reason. So she did at least give me some good information to understand for Macy's where they're at. My next stop was the JCPenney beauty counter. Now, JCPenney's, in our mall at least, their beauty department had been a Sephora for a while, but now it's just Penny's Beauty is what it is now, or JCPenney's Beauty. So I went in and I told them what I was doing, and they said they don't have skincare samples. They do have perfume samples. Now, the Sephora stores, they generally will make up a sample of the perfume for you, or the skincare item or hair care item that you want to try, and you could take home a sample of anything that you wanted. That is something that the Penny store said that they don't do anymore, and they don't get skincare samples, but they did have a few fragrance samples. So I just said, I'll take whatever that you're able to give me. So they gave me a few fragrance samples, and I went on my merry way. So the next stop was actually the Sephora store. I talked to the first Sephora person I saw, and I let them know what I was doing, and she said that they no longer will make up samples for you in the store. So at Sephora, what they do now is you can get a maximum of 3 samples. They are all pre-made little foil packs. So from Sephora, I got these kind of samples, little foil pack samples. Very little in these, so certainly not what we're getting when we're paying for the box with the sample sizes with the little 0.5 mil sizes. So these are much smaller sizes, but you can still get free samples at Sephora. Now with Sephora, you can also get free samples when you order online, so there's that option as well. The next place I went was Dillard's, and at Dillard's the first counter I went to was the Dior counter, and they were able to give me a few fragrance samples and a couple of foil skincare samples. Again, very small single-use samples. After I talked to the Dior counter, I went to the Estee Lauder counter, and I actually talked to the beauty manager for Dillard's while I was there. And Dillard's as a store is, instead of having samples, it was really apparently very unusual to be able to get these even from Dior. She said that the beauty counters, none of the other ones, will have pre-made samples. What they do now is, as you're having a consultation for what you would need to have in your skincare beauty routine, they will make you up samples from that discussion, customized to what you need. Not that they're custom blending, but they'll make you up a sample of whatever product it is that you're talking to them about and let you take that to try. So for the most part at Dillard's, you're not going to get, you can't just walk up to a counter and say, hey, can I have a sample of this or that? You can, but not quite that simply. They do want to have just talk to you about your skincare needs or your beauty care needs, but they will help you with what you need and get you the samples for the specific items, but not pre-made. So after talking to the different department stores and Sephora, there really is not a way to get the same size samples that we're getting, the deluxe size samples that we're getting from the Beauty Fix and this Ipsy, and even I have a Birchbox video I'm going to be making soon. So to get those size samples, we really do need to have the subscriptions. The benefits of those is that we're getting a variety of things that if you're not sure yet what you want to have in your skincare routine, it's a great option to have a lot of different things that you wouldn't have thought of before. That's what my sister and I did years ago. We signed up for Birchbox, Ipsy, and at the time Sephora Play had a bag. These were all $10 a month subscriptions. They were all sample sizes. They did have a mix of makeup and skincare. From those samples, Krista and I both have made different choices for our skincare and makeup from what we had been using prior to those to what we have continued to use over the years off and on. And it was great to be able to have been sent samples so we knew what was available to be able to try those. So as far as the department stores, instead of being able to give you the free deluxe size samples, there are a ton of gifts with purchase. Like, I'm not pushing any of these brands, but Estee Lauder right now has an amazing gift with purchase. A $39 purchase, you get a full-size moisturizer and a bunch of little products. So there's always those options. If you have the stores locally and you're going to shop anyway, take advantage of the times of the year where they do offer the gifts with purchase. Sephora will always give you, if you order on the website, I generally do my Sephora shopping on the app. And from that, there's always spend $25, get to pick one of these items for free, spend $35 and so on. You can always pick up, it used to be 3, but now it's 2 sample sizes with your purchase, which is going to be these kind of samples, which I still do. And you also can get perfume samples from those. I will show you the different, now these are just what I got as far as from the counters. These are all the perfume samples I got. I got some Dior ones. I got Kate Spade. These are just ones that when I went to the Sephora store that they were able to give me actually the skincare. The JCPenney store gave me some perfume samples. I got these from Dillard's. So I was able to pick up some perfume samples. They had a lot. You're going to get a lot more fragrance samples probably than skincare samples at the mall or at your department stores. But there are still ways to get free items with your purchases without having to do subscriptions. So there's always ways, but subscriptions, I'm sitting in my house. I don't have to go anywhere. I order it. It comes here. I can go through it, see what I like, see what I don't like, make those choices for myself. So this is why we pay for samples. I still have a bone to pick with Beauty Fix, not because they send out mostly samples. Our last box was a full-size item, was a scrunchie. Everything else was a sample size. But the fact that they tell you it's going to be $100 plus value, and there's really no way to justify that, or there's really no way to validate that, because none of the items, very few of the items are going to be available for individual sale. So there's no price to actually say this is how much this thing cost. So if that's a whole, I don't need to go into that again, but that's my issue with Beauty Fix. The box itself is not that expensive, but I will say when my sister and I started doing this, like I said before, everything was a $10 a box item, or a $10 a box subscription. Now Birchbox is $20 a month. Now Ipsy is $15 a month. Now there's no Sephora Play box, but there are some other boxes, but there's very few that are available for under $15 a month. Now the Walmart one is, but it's not even sample sizes. It's product, well, very few of them are sample sizes, but Walmart's probably the best cheap beauty sample box that you're going to find, and it's what, $7 now plus tax. But those are the findings. That's my findings from my little project this weekend. Why we pay for samples. There is a good reason for it. There are options to not pay for samples, to get free things, just going into the stores and asking for what you want to try. Most stores will accommodate you. Even if you don't make a purchase, they'll let you have a sample of a product. You can get samples still without paying for them, but we pay for them for a reason. I still may or may not continue Beauty Fix just because I'm mad at them, but we'll see. But I just wanted to go over my thought process project I've been going through for the past few weeks. I've just been muddling over this, and it bugged me to the point it's like, hey, I'm going to go to the mall. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to have an answer. And that was my answer. That was what I came up with. I hope it helped you too. It helped put my mind at ease why we do the samples and why they're there at all. It's there to give us an opportunity to try things that we wouldn't have ordinarily have easy access to. So do with this information what you will. I just wanted to tell you what I found out. Thank you so much for joining me on Beth Unboxes. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like, hit the notifications bell. Feel free to share my channel with your friends and family. Let them know if you think that they would enjoy the content as well. And I appreciate any comments and feedback you guys give me below. I try to answer every comment that I get. I don't get a lot yet, but I do try to answer every comment that I get. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you for joining me on Beth Unboxes. Bye-bye.